Excuse me, sir.
I know, George. This isn't where I usually prepare for my Sunday morning services. It's just that Mr. Beasley, the custodian, accidentally threw away my sermon.
Again? That's the third time.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying not to read anything into that.
I would have been a good custodian, don't you think?
You'd have made a great custodian, George.
Well, why didn't they hire me? I had a good application, didn't I?
Very professional.
I should have had that job. Well, I wish I would have had that job. If I would have had that job, I would have made this church sparkle and shine. I should have had that JOB job.
Calm down, George. I already told you I didn't have anything to do with it. The committee made that decision.
Sometimes I sit up at night just thinking about how I should have had this job.
You've got to be careful with that kind of thinking, George.
Why?
Because it sounds to me like you're coveting Mr. Beasley's job.
But Pastor, I should have gotten this job. I wouldn't have done anything stupid like throw your sermon away.
Well, that may be true, but still, wanting something that belongs to somebody else is coveting.
Well, I still should have gotten that job. Well, let me go in here and see if I can find it for you.
All right. Be careful. It's kind of messy in there. In fact, look out for that jelly donut.
Sorry.
Wow, what happened here?
George here is kindly helping me look for my sermon.
Mr. Beasley strikes again. If I were you, Pastor, I'd never forgive him. I haven't.
Danita, is this something we should talk about later?
Absolutely not. Last week he was supposed to set up 6 chairs in my Sunday school class, and he didn't do it.
Awful lot of chairs up.
Find that job up the back.
He knows how many chairs I need. For heaven's sake, I tell him every week.
It's a conspiracy. Seriously, I bet he did it on purpose. That job should have been mine.
Danita, you need to be more forgiving.
I can't be forgiving. I'm too frustrated.
It's just that, look, I'm sure Mr. Beasley didn't mean to.
I'm serious. No means no. George, haven't you found that sermon yet? Maybe I can help.
No, Danita, be careful or you'll get all messy.
It's not that bad.
Oh. Oh, don't worry about it. A little ketchup never hurt anybody.
What are you people doing? Pastor, you look a bit soiled. I sure hope those spots won't stain.
They're helping me look for my sermon.
Again? Pastor, you need to get yourself a box with a lock on it.
It doesn't do it on purpose.
Right. That's not what Charlie Thompson told me. He said that Mrs. Gray told him that Annette Sawyer saw Mr. Beasley going through your office when you weren't in it.
Of course he was. That's how he cleans it.
But he said that she said that Annette saw Mr. Beasley take something off your desk.
You wouldn't hear about such nonsense.
I'm just telling you what I heard. A perfectly good bottle of glue just thrown out in the trash. What is this church coming to?
I'm afraid to ask.
Pastor, you simply must do something about Mrs. Silverwood.
Why? What's the matter?
Well, I went into the ladies' room and I was absolutely shocked.
Is this something I should know about?
You don't already know.
Know what?
and bought pink toilet paper.
And
Well, and the committee distinctly voted against it.
there was a meeting about this?
Yes, it was.
Where was I?
Because we're out of town or something.
When?
That is not the point. The point is that she is always doing something inappropriate.
Well, complaining about it isn't going to do anything.
Oh, I'm not just complaining. As a matter of fact, a couple members of the church and I got together and we made a list of people who are always acting inappropriately.
Celia, this is unheard of. You just can't form a complaining committee every time you want to make a list of people you don't like. I'm starting to get the hang of it.
I found it! I found your sermon!
Oh, good.
What's it about?
Integrity. And it's got a very appropriate title.
Well, what is it?
Cleaning out the garbage that pollutes the church.
Yeah, fine.
Cecilia, maybe you ought to join that.
Me?
Yes, you do. Yeah. Come to think of it,